It is only in the last few years that I have started collecting vinyl, and I don't look for expensive vinyl, I don't look for original pressings or anything like that. I just look for something that I might want to actually sit down and listen to on vinyl. And top of my list, or near the top of my list, was Houses of the Holy by Led Zeppelin. And I recently found a copy in the front room, it's the front room cafe in High Wycombe, Castle Street. They have a vinyl sale every couple of months, and I picked this one up, and it plays really nice. It's apparently a French pressing, but seeing as the album has got no writing on it at all, that doesn't really matter. Now, House of the Holy is probably not my favourite Led Zeppelin album. I would say my favourite might be Led Zeppelin 3. And I wouldn't say it's the best Led Zeppelin album, which I would probably have to say is Led Zeppelin 4, although I have never liked Stairway to Heaven. But the trouble is I had Zeppelin 4 when it came out, and I played it to death. I usually skipped Stairway to Heaven, but I played all the rest of it, so I don't have any longing to really hear those songs again. Perhaps from maybe Misty Mountain Hop. But this House of the Holy is one I've wanted to listen to on vinyl, just to sit down and have the vinyl experience and listen to it. And it's possibly because it's probably lighter than the other albums. It's less bluesy and maybe a bit more proggy. So I'll go through the songs. So it starts with the song remains the same. And the thing about this is it's sort of enigmatic. It's sort of hard to pin down. In places it's heavy, in places it's fast, in places it's slow, in places it's a bit acoustic. It's got strange vocals, and it hasn't got anything that you can really hum to yourself. It's not a song that's ever going to get stuck in your head, but there's just something about it that makes you want to keep on listening to it. When I first bought this album when it came out in 1973, so I was a teenager, and I put it on and I played The Song Remains the Same, and I really just wanted to play it again, and I probably got right through the album just wanting to get back to the first song again, because it has this you can't tell what it is, but there's something about it that is absolutely brilliant. In my notes I have written that if you try to recall it, it comes back to you not as a song, but as disparate pieces that demand you listen to the real thing, just to straighten it all out in your head, which of course it never does. The next track is The Rain Song, and this is another enigmatic song. It is really English. It's sort of like probably called the Rain Song because it just evokes rainy hills and moody skies. It is like a classical piece where the pleasure is in the overall piece and not really in any particular part. There's no big chorus, no hands in the air stuff. It's just got loads of different guitars doing small things and a mellotron string arrangement. There's no big solo in it. It has a jazzy bluesy chord that descends a semitone. It just slides down a semitone. And apart from that, it sounds to me it could be like the theme to an imaginary Thomas Hardy adaptation. Then we have Over the Hills and Far Away. And this tricks you into thinking it's another bit of pastoral whimsy. But it gets really heavy. It has that heavy Led Zeppelin thing where you go ba-dum, ba-dum. And that's one of the things they do that I could actually get quite fed up with. And this is one that does have a hummable melody. And even though it's not a simple verse, chorus, verse, middle solo type song, It is a bit of an earworm. And then the last track on side one is The Crunge. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to hear this album on vinyl is that I do have a CD, and it's not even the remastered CD, it's probably one of the early CDs, and I played it a few years ago in the car, and I was pretty disappointed. I thought this album really should sound better than this, and I absolutely thought The Crunge was awful. Now, I can't remember, I think back in the day I wasn't that keen on it. It's got this position like Stairway to Heaven, you could just skip it. However, listening to this album and hearing it properly, better than I had done when I was a kid, because I didn't have such a good system. And the thing about The Crunge is it sounds like they're having fun. It is a bit of a joke. Apparently they tried to make a funk song that you couldn't dance to. And of course there's James Brown references. And I think I like the fact that Led Zeppelin are having fun. And this would not have been something I was interested in when I first heard it. On the other side has Dancing Days, which is a Led Zeppelin, a very Led Zeppelin song, and it's one that I probably did like more back in the day. It's the kind of thing you would have found on any of their albums. After Dancing Days we get Jamaica. Now, I hear Americans talking about this song and they don't understand. They don't understand that it's pronounced Jamaica. And that as a sort of cod reggae song, reggae comes from Jamaica. But also, we English have this like music hall joke where one person said, "My wife's gone to the Caribbean," and the other person says, "Jamaica." And the first person says, "No, she went of her own accord." And once again, this is Zeppelin being playful. And also, Americans probably don't realise that when this came out in England, rock fans hated reggae because reggae was seen as skinhead music. And Zeppelin weren't the first. I mean, Paul Simon had done Mother and Child Reunion, and I think Clapton had done what was it? The song he did as a reggae song, and then he went on to do I Shot the Sheriff. So reggae was starting to become popular amongst white musicians, but I can remember people think, "Oh, Zeppelin have..." Not only that, but they were going to produce it, do it as a single, and the people of my age were thinking, "This is Zeppelin have really sold out. They've got this commercial song with a reggae beat, and it is very catchy." And for all these reasons, because it was a bit subversive, because it had a jokey title, because it's a bit reggae, and because it's very catchy, I really liked it at the time. And I'd heard it before the album came out. Yeah, I'm not sure whether it's still one of my favourite Led Zeppelin songs, but I do really like it. After that we get No Quarter, and this No Quarter was the other song that was played that I heard before the album came out. It was played on the Old Grey Whistle Test with some moody imagery going on, and it is a genuine, really moody piece. It's haunting. It has this like treated electric piano, and the voices are phased, and there's a heavy riff, but you don't even really think of it as a song with a heavy riff, because the heavy riff is surprisingly quite low in the mix. And it's one song I'm not sure I particularly liked it at the time. I liked the fact that Zeppelin were doing something totally different, but it's not one that I would have played that often. However, it's probably the one song I really wanted to hear on a vinyl album. It's one that I heard on the CD and thought, no, I really want to hear this properly. I really want to buy a vinyl copy and sit down and take this one all in. And then it all closes with the ocean, and the ocean has this sort of, it's a very Zeppelin-y kind of song. It's got this riff that has a dropped beat, so it keeps you on edge, and it progresses. There are vocals, and then it goes through a sort of a cappella piece, and then it goes back to the riff with the dropped beat, and the effect this has, this effect of making you feel a little bit uneasy, is totally resolved when the whole thing goes into this sort of rock and roll jam type thing with like soaring guitars and a swinging rock beat, and it's just the most glorious way to end the album. And then you get there, you get to the end of the album and think, oh great, I can go and listen to the first song again. So yes, so I really am enjoying having a vinyl copy of Houses of the Holy.